Everyone, it is Monday. We do manifesting Mondays and Fridays every single week, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I love to teach people about how to empower themselves and how to use their mind in the proper way. It's a very, very miserable day here today. I have a migraine, not feeling that great, but I'm like, we have to do this. We have to show up. We have to be present for people. Even on days when we don't want to do things, just do one thing that you don't want to do every day. My dad told me that a long time ago. When I used to fight with my mother every day, he's like, just do one thing every day that you don't want to do. And then it'll just become habit. And then it just isn't a big deal anymore, right? So today I'm going to be reading from two books again. Neville Goddard, The Complete Collection. And my newest to my collection is... Okay. The Map of Consciousness Explained. Whoever listens often know that I talk about the map of consciousness a lot, and this is David Hawkins' book about it. So we're going to get into that. And the first question that we're going to talk about is what determines one's level of consciousness. So when you're around people, let's just, for example, when you're around people that you're not typically around, and then you're in the company of their energy, you can immediately see where or why people are at the level of consciousness that they are, right? And all of a sudden, your energy might shift, or you might just look at it from a very outside perspective of, wow, now I know why I am not around these type of people. And it's not out of judgment. It's just the people that you prefer to be around, the energy that you prefer to be around, right? When we're talking about manifesting our greatest life, and you have friends, and I talked about this on one of my stories, you have friends or family members or a relationship that's really holding you back. Are you going to easily manifest the things that you want in your life? No, because why? You have these anchors around you. And it's not that you just dispose of people, but when you shift in energy and frequency and your level of consciousness rises, when your level of consciousness rises, people will naturally fall out of your life. So if you want to have your most expansive life, it's creating an energy field that feels good for you, right, in your own body and consciousness, but it's also the energy of the people around you. Are you going to continue to keep the energy of the people around you that keep you in a lower vibration, that keep you in a lower state? Because if you do stay in relationships that don't serve your highest and greatest good, it's not because we're self-serving, but when you actively choose to do the work, to rise in consciousness, people are going to fall out of your life. Oh my God, it's April Fool's today. Thank you for saying happy April. I was like, holy shit. Can you manifest a quick recovery if you have an injury? Like I said before, what we were never taught is how to use our mind and consciousness. When you rise to a certain level, right? Which is how Jesus Christ performed miracles, because he rose to a level of consciousness that he could just manifest things instantly. We can all get to that level. So can you manifest healing and injury? Manifestation is just a word. What really does the healing is this in here. If you say, oh, I just had this surgery, or I just got hurt, it's going to take forever for me to heal. That is you programming your mind that it's going to take long to heal. If you start to switch your mindset to my body recovers in record time, my body recovers at the speed of light. I feel amazing. I'm so happy and grateful that I woke up and my injury is completely gone. When you start to shift from that one mindset of it's going to take forever for me to heal to I can recover so fast and easily, things start to shift in your favor in that direction, right? And when it comes to levels of consciousness, like I was saying before, when you're around people that have no idea what the word consciousness really even is or how that you can manipulate energy, you realize very quickly by the way that they speak, by the things that they do in their life, by the decisions that they make. And that's when you get to decide, are these the type of people that I want to continue to be around? Or do I want to be around people that care about their level of enlightenment? For me, I care about being around people that care about their level of enlightenment. I have no interest in being around people that think very small, that think very negatively. I have no interest in that whatsoever. And if that means whomever in my life feels that way, I choose to be around them less. And you can do that because it's your life and your decision. Shift the thoughts from the past to be the here and now. Yes, Tim, hi. Shift your thoughts from living in the past to being in the here and now. Even though you don't have it. It's a very foreign concept for people that have never done this work to say, sure, I could just think it into existence. That's actually exactly how it happens. We are that powerful. But our power has been taken from us. So I'm going to read the first question. This is from the Map of Consciousness Explained. What determines one's level of consciousness? An individual's level of consciousness is determined by the principles they're committed to. Stop right there. For example, I was spending time with some people that believe that they have to do certain things to get money. And these certain things are not things that you would be proud of. And these certain type of people will do anything to get this money. They'll use their body. They'll use lies. They'll use different tactics to get money. So your level of consciousness is determined by the principle that you're committed to. What are you committed to mentally? What are you committed to mentally every single day? Are you committed to mentally, I never have enough money. I really want to go and do this, but I'm just broke right now. Are you committed to that level of consciousness? Are you committed to the level of consciousness that says, this person didn't text me, like, why didn't he text me back? Why didn't she text me back? She's probably texting somebody else. Is your level of consciousness jealousy? Where's my book so I can pull out the level of consciousness? Is your awareness, or not even your awareness, just your state of being? Is your state of being jealousy? Is your state of being, I'm not enough? Is your state of being, how come this business is so easy for that person, but it's so difficult for me? Is your state and level of consciousness coming from a state of lack? Ask yourself that question. How many people that are in here right now come from a state of lack? I can guarantee you majority. And that's not, based on my thinking. It's based on statistically. We're programmed with negative programming. So we live in a state of lack constantly every single day. And people don't even realize it because you're so used to feeling, I can't have this. Why does this person always leave me? I'm always left. I always find abusive partners. I keep getting jobs that don't pay me enough money. That is all key that you are living in a state of lack. But we're programmed that way on purpose. Just from life itself. People say, oh, life is so hard. And then other people say life is what you make it. So which is it? Life is hard or life is what you make it? Which one is it? It's whatever you are committing your level of consciousness to. If every day you say, oh my God, I'm so sick today. My back is still hurting me every day. Oh, I have a headache again today. Whatever your level of commitment to in consciousness is what your life will unfold to be. We're so programmed. My mom used to say to me, if I laugh a lot, something bad will happen to me. That example right there. When we're children, we are most impressionable. And we listen to these things. That becomes our programming. And the rest of our life, we don't want to laugh at something because we're afraid that something bad's going to happen. That is a prime example of programming. Just a sentence that maybe your parents repeated all the time. Or your teacher repeated. And you listen to it. And now I don't believe that. Good, Sophia. It's a sword. And this is a sword. Let me see what I grew up witnessing toxic relationships. So when we witness toxic relationships, I did. That's normal. That becomes normal for you. And when you finally meet someone that actually is a calm person, that knows how to love you properly, you want to create chaos, or you ruin and sabotage the relationship. Because your programming doesn't allow normalcy. Your programming wants chaos. Your programming craves that. That's all this computer knows is chaos. So if you meet a person that wants to love you properly, you will ruin it. You will subconsciously ruin it because you cannot handle being loved because you don't know how to be loved. Your computer doesn't know how to be loved. Your computer knows fear. Your computer programming knows abandonment. Your computer programming knows you're not worthy. So if a person randomly shows up to try to love you properly, ain't gonna happen. You will ruin that chance faster than you can blink. Or it'll unfold for a little bit of time and then it'll fall apart because you just can't handle someone treating you as you deserve to be because you don't believe your computer is not programmed for good treatment. Your computer is programmed to be treated poorly, to be treated as you are not worthy, right? If you relate to that, comment if you relate to that. So again, that one sentence that I got to read, our level of consciousness is determined by the principles that we're committed to. So if you can think about it or write it down, what are you committed to? What do you believe about yourself to be true? And once we understand, like, what do I believe about myself to be true? I believe that it never works out, right? Not me, I'm just saying in general. It'll never work out for me. I've been coaching someone the past couple weeks, and she's younger. She's in her mid-20s, and she's been hanging out with somebody, and he didn't text me since this time. Well, this is all that he said to me today. And when you're in that state, that is a state of lack. It's a state of not believing that someone can actually love you or like you. It's a state of disbelief that, well, why am I not the center of their attention? If I'm not the center of their attention, then that means that they don't like me. That means that this isn't going anywhere. And it's all coming out of fear. What should I do now? You allow a person to come to you. A person will always show you how they feel about you. But if you're constantly in your mind thinking, this is never going to work out. Oh my God, he's too good for me. She's too pretty. This will never work out for me. You're literally just programming your ending. You're writing the ending of your story. And that person will prove to you, yes, I'm not going to choose you. I'm going to choose someone else. Because that's the storyline that you've given them. Every person is an actor in your movie. Everyone. Whatever script you give them, they're just reading it. So if you give them the script of, you're going to choose someone else, you don't think that I'm good enough, that's exactly what that actor in your movie is going to play out. If you have a job and you're always worried about losing your job, oh my God, the economy is so bad. I know that I'm going to get laid off. I know that I'm going to get fired. They can find somebody better than me. They can find somebody younger than me. You're writing that script, and that's going to be played out in your reality. Because, I always give this example. There are some women that say, oh, this guy's a player. Like, you know, he played me and he was cheating on me with 3 different girls and this and that. And then this same guy finds a girl and ends up marrying her and being faithful to her. And that ends up being the love of his life. What's the difference? Belief system. One girl believes this guy will never choose me. He will always cheat on me. He's a player. That guy's got to show up in your reality that way because that's the script that you wrote for him. Because that's the script in your mind that plays over and over again. So it's not just him. Any person, any man that shows up in your reality, they're going to play the same part. Because that's what you wrote in your script about men. That is your belief. Right? Whereas the other girl, same guy, ends up marrying her, faithful to her. Why? Because of her belief system. That I am a respectable woman. I'm going to be treated like a queen. I'm worthy of all the love in the world. And this guy shows up and plays that part. It's very simple. What script are we writing? What is the level of consciousness that we're committed to? Are we committed to jealousy? Are we committed to shame? Are we committed to guilt? Map of consciousness again. What are we committed to? Are we committed to anger every day? For example, how many people saw the post about Joe Biden talking about Easter as transgender day or whatever the hell it was? How many people saw that? It was all, I try to unfollow as many of these people that post this nonsense bullshit, but it still came up all over my feed. These people pretend to not live in a state of anger, but they actually do. They are in a state of desire, which is in the survival power. They desire the attention that they'll get. They desire the attention that they will get from a post. This is why people do this now. People don't care about what he says. People don't care about what's actually happening. They just want to post the most outlandish and outrageous things so they get engagement, because they crave, their narcissism craves that attention so badly that they will post anything, even though it's bad for people for it to be in your consciousness. Because realistically, does it really change your life that Joe Biden said that Easter is transgender day? Does it really change your life? Or are you still going to live your life? You're still going to celebrate based on your religion. You're still going to celebrate based on your beliefs. People are only doing this because they want attention and they are pathetic. And I'll say it to anybody's face, I don't care. Because these fake influencers are putting all this stuff out into the collective because they get attention. But it's also going out into the collective, and it's just creating more of this chaos, which is exactly what these people that think that they're in charge of our lives want. Many of these people that became influencers because they had a viral video are not offering any of us anything. People that live in a state of anger will always find more things to be angry about. So many people that still believe in politics and still want to fight with people, whether you're Democrat or Republican or anything, never mind, we're not going to get into that. But people that live in a state of anger will always find things to be angry about. People that live in a state of pride will always find more things to be prideful about. People that live in a state of shame will always subconsciously create scenarios that create that feeling of shame again and again and again, until you reprogram your supercomputer. When you live in a state of love, God and the universe will only create more things for you to love or feel love. If you live in a state of happiness, the world will create more things for you to be happy about. So you choose what state of consciousness you're committed to, and then your life unfolds in that way. If you're committed to peace in your life, the world will give you more things to be peaceful about. More opportunities to be or feel peaceful. It's a lot of books. I have 3 books in front of me right now. This one is from the Map of Consciousness Explained. So we get to literally choose what our reality looks like. But we were never taught that we have a choice in what our reality looks like. We think that life just happens to us. But it's actually happening for and through us. Our reality, and I've said this so many times, are just a projection of our thoughts. Imagine a projection screen. When I was in high school, they used to, project, I don't even remember what. How did they project something? The material that you were going to see on the screen was in this computer or whatever it is, and then it would project it onto the screen. That is literally how your reality works. So if something's not going right for you, relationships, someone you're seeing, it's only projecting what you're thinking out into the world. And then the world is our stage. That's it. The world is our stage. It's a reflection of all of our thoughts. I've tried this and trialed this for 2+ years. Like, I've always known about manifestation. I just didn't know how this all really worked. But now I do. So something that I wrote down in my journal, wherever the hell it is, I swear to you, I wrote down specific words that I wanted a person to say to me. Year plus later, this person is literally saying exactly what I wrote down in my journal. Why did it take so long? Because I was in my own way. Because I was coming from a state of lack. And I had to shift my level and focus of consciousness to be able to have those things happen much faster. You say you block your blessings. We are the only people that can block our own blessings. So if someone's in your life that you really, really like and care about, you're seeing them, you're not getting what you want from them, it's not them, it's you. It is a reflection. It's only a reflection of what you think of on the inside every day. I never get enough attention. It could never really work out. Why did someone never, why am I never loved? Like, why can I never have a successful relationship? It's only a reflection of you. So if I wrote in a journal that I won the lottery, there was a video circulating recently on one of the manifestation pages of this woman that won the lottery. And she was like, I knew I was going to win the lottery. I think she actually wrote it down, and she wrote down, I'm going to get a check from the lottery, da-da-da-da-da. And in a couple of months, this woman won the lottery. This world is our playground. And I don't think many people or enough people fully understand this. When you get good at your consciousness and what you focus on, and you know how to control those thoughts, you then know how to control and manipulate your reality. I'm going to post this video of this English woman. She looks really, really old. But she was talking about that how we need more dreamers in the world. Why? Because the people that are the dreamers are the people that create the reality. She was mentioning how the evildoers of this world understand how consciousness works. So they literally paint a picture of what they want the world to look like, and then we do the work for them. We watch TV, we listen to what they say, we allow ourselves to live in fear. We're scared of this boogeyman virus. We're scared of war. We're scared of all these things that are happening. So we help them create this reality through our feelings of fear, through our worry, through staying in the survival paradigm, which is why they always want to keep us afraid of something. They want to keep us in shame. They want to keep us in guilt. They want to keep us in desire, which why porn is so big. They want to keep us in all these low vibrational frequencies so that we can be controlled and we never create our own reality. But she was saying we need more dreamers in the world because the dreamers are the ones that co-create this world. People that actually do the work and understand that your mind is simply a projection machine. That's all that it is. Our consciousness is a projection machine. What we think projects into our reality. What are you thinking all day? Some people that are joining and are listening, what do you think of all day? If you go to a store, is one of your thoughts, oh, everything's going to be so expensive. Like, I can't believe I have to spend all this money. Is your thoughts, I can't believe I live here. Like, why does my life look like this? Like, I'll never get out of here. Does your life look like, I can't believe that there's another guy that literally just like left me again. Like, I got ghosted again. What are the thoughts that run you? Those thoughts that run us. The ones that just happen and we don't even think about them. They're just there. That is your programming. If you always wanted to open a business, you're like, oh, I could never do that. Oh my God, I would love to do this. But your programming says, ain't never going to happen. So you don't even think about it. You're just like, oh, that'd be so nice. But your programming tells you to stay in this low vibrational frequency and thought of fear. Fear that it's going to fail. Fear that it's never going to happen. Benny says, gratitude runs my life. I want to win souls for Christ and give them hope, love, and faith in Him. That's a mission. What is your mission? What is your level of consciousness? Where do you resonate? I'm trying to get out of Canada and get my ass to Europe. Currently working on getting my Italian citizenship. Am I on the right track? Well, what do you mean are you on the right track? What are you thinking about that move? Are you thinking, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. How am I going to do this? I really want to get out of Canada, but like, how am I going to go? Is this going to work out right? What are your thoughts behind it? I can't answer if you're on the right track if you don't tell me what your mindset is about it. If you're saying, oh my God, it's going to be impossible. Like, there's so many people that want to leave Canada and like, how am I going to do this? I don't know what you're doing. How can I answer that? You said you're trying to get out of Canada into Europe to get your Italian citizenship. Are you on the right track? On what right track? It's only your mindset. Your mindset's the only right or wrong track. If you think in your head and it's your desire and it's your passion and you're not going to take no for an answer, like, oh my God, I cannot believe how easy it was to get my Italian citizenship. I'm getting my Italian citizenship no matter what. If that's your mindset, you're on the right track. But if you sit there and say, oh my God, I can't believe all this paperwork that I have to do. Like, there's so many things that I have to do and I really hate paperwork, so it's going to set me back a couple months. If that's your mindset, then you're not on the right track. And it'll probably just take a lot longer than it would if you had the mindset of, this is so easy and effortless for me. I've already gone through hurdles on getting all the papers. I just need an appointment at the consulate, but it takes years. Okay, Chewy, you just threw an obstacle right in your way. I need an appointment, but it takes years. I've had people tell me, oh, you can't do that. It'll take forever. And I had it within a month or within a couple weeks. So if you're going to put obstacles in your way and think in your mind it's going to take months. Like people said, oh my God, if you have to renew your passport, it's going to take at least 6 months. I got mine very, very quickly. If you allow people and circumstances to be put in your way, things are going to take a lot longer than what if you were just like, oh my God. People tell me it takes years to get my Italian citizenship. It took me a month. It took me 2 months. Write it down in your journal. I am so excited that I got my Italian citizenship. It took me no time at all. It only took me 2 months to get it. And keep it in your head that it doesn't take long. I got my citizenship so quickly too. It's just a belief. If you allow someone to tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that, it's going to take a year for that to happen. Don't let anybody else write your fucking story. That's it. Do not let anyone else hold the pen to your reality. Are you the co-creator of your reality with God, or are you letting everybody else create things by putting things in your mind? Oh, you can never have him. That guy's a player. Oh, you could never have that job. You know, they're just not hiring right now. Stop allowing other people to write your story. That's it. You have the power. This is your reality. Other people just happen to live in it. But you allow people the role in your movie. Are they going to have a star role in your movie? Even your parents. If they're constantly telling, oh, you shouldn't do this, it's going to cost too much money. Why are you allowing other people to write your reality? Thanks, Allison. If you're in here, I love you. Good. Work on it, too. Every day. It was effortless for me to get my Italian citizenship. That's it. No one else is writing your reality except for you. So if you're writing a story that is not empowering for you, you get to rewrite it. By going back into your mind every single day and saying, I am living my most greatest and expansive life every day. I can't believe how many opportunities come my way. I can't believe I am with the love of my life. Is it possible to make you my wife? Thank you for the offer. But even that, I am married to the most amazing woman that I could have ever even imagined. Take back your pen of your life. We literally have that much power. But it's not what we're taught. And there are so many people, even people that have tried to infiltrate my reality with their reality. Saying all these crazy evil things are going to happen. All these bad things are going to happen. Not if I'm writing my story, it ain't. I am creating the life that I want. if I allow someone else to come in with their pen, here's a pen. If I allow someone else to come into my life with their pen and say, here, this is what's going to happen in this reality, okay? This is what's going to happen in your reality. It's too expensive. You're not going to be able to open that business. You shouldn't do that right now because of the economy. And that guy's not for you because he's a player and he can never love you the way you need. If you allow some person that is not you to write down what your life is going to be like, and you listen to them because you're easily led and you're not strong-minded, your life is always going to be not what you want. Because you allow everyone else to borrow your pen and say, hey, wait a second, I'm going to write your script for this chapter. You shouldn't have a baby right now because X, Y, and Z. You shouldn't buy that house because you're never going to get it. The builders are going to take 3 years and the economy is bad. Stop allowing other people to take your pen. You should be the only writer of your story. Nobody else. Yeah, but my mom said if I do this, then this is going to happen. Or my husband said, like, we should get our child this injection, but I don't really want them to, but, they don't want to listen to me. Take your power back. Take your power back. Your reality is what you make it based on your thoughts and thinking. So if you're allowing someone else to get into your thoughts and thinking and persuade you that things should be this way or things are going to be this way, take your power back. There are people, especially with people that are very powerful or strong-minded, there will be people that will try to infiltrate your reality. They will try to infiltrate your reality because they know your power. And I've had many people along the lines since 2020 that have come and tried to infiltrate my reality to try and create. Yes, Amanda. Yes. We're doing our coaching every day. But I've had people come into my reality that try to create something else in my mind. That try to make me think something differently. Or people that have tried to control me and what I say and what I do. And I got rid of those people. And I don't care. Because no one is going to try to overpower my own consciousness to create my reality. It ain't happening. So it's stubborn Italians are the worst. I know you feel me. Yes, I do. People think they know what's best for you, but you know what's best for you. Deep down, you know what's best for you. I'm not coachable anymore. How can I change that? Richie Rose, you literally just said, I am are two of the most powerful words for what comes after them shapes your life. You said, I am not coachable. Did you just throw the obstacle right in front of your path? I am so coachable because I know that my mind will conform to the things that I want it to. Just write it down. If you really feel that you're not coachable, you write the opposite. Every day, write it down. Put it as a reminder on your phone hourly. I have an hourly reminder on my phone of affirmations every hour because we always have to continue to do the work until it becomes like so natural that it's just who you become. Because right now, most people, I think it's 95% of humans have a negative mindset. Could you imagine? 95% of the world has a negative mindset. I don't know if it's that high, the percentage, but I think that it is. So actually, let me change that around. It's 95% of our day is run by our subconscious mind. 5% is run by the conscious mind. So if our subconscious mind is literally running the show, and every day you say, I'm not coachable. I don't listen to anyone. I was not like this before. I did, yes. I'm absolutely not coachable. I don't listen. But Richie, if you're saying that in a good way, but when you say coachable is a positive thing. So are you saying that you're not coachable in a positive way, or you're saying that I don't listen to what anybody says because I took my power back? Kind of, I'm not coachable. I'm not sure which part of that. Emily says, I am open to learning new things. Guys, why do you request me on Mondays? I don't go live ever with anybody on Mondays or Fridays. I don't do it. So as long as you take your pen back, because if you look at your life as a script, like I said earlier, you'll understand, like, damn, I'm the writer. I'm also the director, but I'm also the main character. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm allowing my overbearing partner to be the main character of my story. Maybe I'm putting them on a pedestal and I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. Therefore, that person never treats me the way I deserve to be treated because that person's the main character of my movie and I'm not the main character of my movie. Who is the main character of your movie? Is someone else? Does everyone else's needs come before you? Or do you prioritize yourself because you love yourself enough to know that if I don't take care of myself, how can I really take care of other people? If I don't take care of myself, how can my reality look the way that I want it to if everyone else's needs come before my own? It's not out of an act of selfishness, it's out of an act of self-love. If I don't feel worthy of putting my needs first, then that means that I'm not worthy. So my reality is going to continue to show up as I'm not worthy. And all of the lessons in my life are going to show up if I'm not worthy. So until we make ourselves the main character of our show, of our movie, our life is always going to be second to someone else's. So your reality will reflect that. Right? I had to learn that in motherhood. Yep. Manifestation of what you want is complete understanding of self-love and putting yourself first. 100%. Because if your main priority is changing your mindset, you're putting yourself first, right? Because we know that if our mind creates our reality and people are showing up in an unfavorable way, we know that out of love, we have to change that for ourselves. Out of love, I'm going to change the way that I think about things. Every time a negative thought comes into my head, I'm going to switch it with a positive one. Or I'm going to switch it to just say, I'm grateful for all the things that I have. When I go shopping and I want something, immediately the first thought is you can't afford that. Immediately change the thought to say, I'm grateful for the things I already have. I always get all the things that I want. I'm so happy and grateful that things just always happen in the way that I want them to. Again, it's not that you just go out and just recklessly spend money that you don't have. Well, I'm just going to manifest more of it. You could if you want, but that's not the point of this. It's expanding your mindset. It's expanding the way that you think. It's changing the way that you think. It's shifting your mind from constantly having this negative programming from when your parents fought about money. That's now what you think about money. Money's so hard to come by. How am I going to afford to do this? I have X amount of dollars, so now I'll have X amount of dollars for food. Like just making ends meet. Instead of knowing that if I use my mind right, I could have everything that I want. I could have the amazing business that I want. I could have the beautiful relationship that I want. What do you think about the eclipse? How does that affect us? How does it affect us? That's a whole other can of worms. I don't know. All I do know is that the more that we share this stuff, the more that we are basically agreeing to it. The more that we're putting in other people's reality, the more that we're creating that fear. Everything here is based on energy. So if you think that you're doing right by sharing like this, all these bad things, they're going to shoot rockets at the sun and, you know, they're going to turn on CERN and they're going to do all these things that make people live in fear. All that fear energy is basically collected. It's the collective energy, right? And that is used to create whatever reality that the dark forces of this world want to create. It is energy harvesting. If you don't understand that we're energy and frequency and vibration, go read a book. I can't help you. But there's too many people that are ignorant to what we actually are and then make fun of the people that know exactly what we are. Just like the term conspiracy theorist. That's not even a real thing. You say that to people that think critically. How dare these people not believe what we're telling them and try to spread all these other actual truths? We're going to label them something derogatory so that anytime they question what they're being told, we're going to call them something derogatory to shame them. What is the vibration of shame? It's the lowest vibration. Shame is the lowest vibration. When bad things happen in the world that are planned, which majority of the things are, it is to harvest energy. It is to harvest energy so that we stay in a low vibrational frequency so we can never get out. Like a horse, maybe that was jumping one of those things, whatever the hell they're called. Mary, are you in here? What are the things called that the horses jump over? And maybe the horse fell over at one time. And every time that horse gets to the same exact spot, he stops and he won't jump. The trainer moves that thing, whatever it is that they jump over, right? Every time the horse gets to that same spot, even though that thing there that it fell over is not there anymore, it still won't go past it. Oh, it's just called the jump. So the trainer removes the jump and the horse still will not go over it. Why? Yeah, hurdle, jump. Why won't the horse go? It's not there anymore. Because fear is in the mind. It becomes a program. So when people watch TV every single day, they are constantly living in a state of fear, even they don't know it. But they subconsciously will stop traveling. They subconsciously will stop going into the city to go to their favorite place. They will subconsciously stop doing certain things because of the programming. So it's literally about harvesting your energy and using it to create the reality that they feel is necessary to create here. But if we, like the woman said in that video, she talks about dreamers. We need more dreamers in the world. Because when you can dream up of something amazing and great, you can have it in your reality. For example, when I was a gymnast, there was a back aerial that I was like, I could never see it in my head. I'm like, my back is too flexible. I don't have like enough support. Every time I tried it, like I would go completely sideways and like my whole back would twist. So in my head, I could never see myself doing it. So therefore, I could never do it in my reality. But there were other things like round off, back handspring, just like all the way down a whole like 100 feet, just continue to do like backflips. I saw it in my head and I could do it easy, no problem. But the things that we can't imagine in our head are where we put the block, where the blockings are, right? But if we're a dreamer and we're like, we have more dreamers in the world that live with less fear, this reality shifts. This whole reality shifts. They made an example out of Jesus. Why do you think they program you with this story that a man was crucified? He was nailed to a cross. It's all based on fear. But he was a rebel. He was someone that rose to a level of consciousness that they don't want anyone to rise to. Why? Because then you are so powerful, nothing can stop you, not even death. Why do you think they made an example out of Jesus? One of the most powerful beings that is claimed to have ever walked on this earth. Why do you think that? Don't you think it's strange? And Barb says, and that we must suffer like Jesus. It's all based around fear. And it's disgusting. He is a person that reached a level of consciousness so high that he could literally perform miracles. Every single one of us has the power to do that. But it was all based around fear. And he literally died being nailed to a cross. Everything in this reality they want us to believe is so low vibrational so that we stay there. Bad things are happening everywhere. You shouldn't leave the United States. You shouldn't travel out of the country. You shouldn't go to Mexico. This is happening in Turkey. You shouldn't go here. I know people that are traveling all over the world like, oh my God, it's totally safe. Obviously, there are bad and dangerous things everywhere you go. If I drive 20 minutes from where I am, it's a war zone. right? Not only that, but they make him seen as someone that wasn't of this earth, that no one is like him. Because they want us to believe that no one can ever be like Jesus. They wanted us to believe, and that's another thing, that he was the Son of God, not a Son of God. They wanted us to believe that he was God, so that we could never, attain to what he accomplished. Does it all make sense now? Religion is a lie that wants to keep us disempowered and fooled. They wanted us to believe that Jesus was the Son of God, so we would never even try to get up into this spiritual paradigm. Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna, and probably maybe a couple of others were the only people that reached the level of enlightenment. So of course they want you to believe that Jesus was a God, because we could never do what God does. But the reality is, every single one of us can reach this level of consciousness. We just don't even really know what this is. But if people understood that what Jesus was or became was just, he rose to this certain level of consciousness where he just believed and understood the way that the mind worked so much that he was able to perform miracles for people. But they want you to believe that he was so high up that we could never be like this. So people don't even try. The programming is off the charts with so many things. It's such a mind fuck once you realize this. It is, and it doesn't end. It just doesn't end. It just keeps going and going and going. But when people realize what an enlightened being Jesus was, right? But he said, you could be more than what I am. You could be greater than I. You can be greater than myself. Why would he say that if it wasn't possible for people to do? Just like they get rid of people now that speak too much about things that are truthful, they're too dangerous. Jesus was too dangerous for this realm because he taught people what power could look like. He taught people what true love, joy, happiness could look like. Right? When you teach people their power, the people that live down here and want us to live down here do not want anybody to rise up. I've expanded my mindset on how to get my medicine, horses, noticing creative videos. My new chiropractor also is involved with the production of country music. Who just wants to see. That's awesome, Mare. Jesus at this date is a concept, though. I believe in him based on my religion. Hi, Toad. Happy Easter. Love you. I don't believe there's any right or wrong. Some people don't believe that Jesus ever existed. Some people believe Jesus is the Son of God. And other people believe that Jesus was a man that rose to a level of consciousness that wanted to teach people. He was a teacher. He wanted to teach people how to do this themselves. He said, I and my Father are one. Are we not one with God also? Right? He wanted to enlighten people to how powerful that you could possibly become. We do relate to those stories. And when Neville talks about the Bible, he talks about being a blueprint of consciousness, not actual stories. So whether Jesus really existed or not, it was the level of consciousness that was what was so powerful. Teaching people that you can rise to a level of consciousness where you can create peace on earth for 100,000 people, for 200,000 people when you reach a certain level of enlightenment. So if there were, I'll go back to this. If there were, where is this? If only, let's see. If one person calibrates at 300, they have the ability to transform the negative vibration of 90,000 people. So 300 would be between willingness and acceptance. If there were 300 people that literally embodied that, they had the ability to change the negative vibration of 90,000 people. At 500, if someone's at 500 on the map of consciousness, that's love. One person that just radiates love, that is love. One person at 500 on the map of consciousness can transform 750,000 people. So now do you understand why all these stories have been made up along the way? Because they want us to believe that this is not possible. And a person that calibrates at 700, which is the level of enlightenment, which is said to be Jesus, right? One person that calibrates on the map of consciousness at 700, which is enlightenment, 70 million people's energy below 200 on the scale is transformed. 70 million, that's what that says. Yes, guys, Instagram is messing with my voice. I don't know why on my lives. That's been happening. So one person that reaches the level of enlightenment where Jesus was can transmute the energy of 70 million people. This is written by David Hawkins. So the new book that I just got is called The Map of Consciousness by David Hawkins, and it talks all about the calibrations and the level. I mean, it's a pretty big book, and I didn't start reading it. I just opened it because you guys know how I do. So I'm going to get into that. But if you think about that, if we had 2 people on this earth that calibrated at the level of Jesus, you can transmute 140 million people. Think about if we had 20 people that reached that level of enlightenment. I mean, it would be like a whole country is transformed instantly. What's a book club? I don't know what that is. How long have I been talking? Oh my God, it's almost an hour. Wow, that's weird. Okay, I gotta wrap this up. It's only supposed to be like 40 minutes. Now it's 52 minutes. Okay. I hope that we got a lot out of this. Wow, that time thing just freaked me out. Okay. That's really weird. I love you all. Have a beautiful Monday. Guys, can someone DM me and explain to me what the hell a book club is? Because I don't know what it is. Have a beautiful Monday. I will chat with you guys on... Guys, I can't sit on here all day. I will chat with you. I have to feed my little puppy. He's got to eat. I will see you on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. Oh, we discussed the book of choice. Okay. I love you all, and I intend that this was helpful for everybody. Oh, read a book together. Okay. Guys, sorry, I'm like a little slow today. Okay. But we can't get like these big books. Like these books are really big. So we'll figure out something else. Okay. Adios. I will chat with you all later.